Yo, what's up everybody, and welcome to another video. As you can see, today we are going to be talking about the layout that a lot of you have been asking me since yesterday's stream, which currently is making me about 39, 38, peaking as high as 46 mil per minute. And no, to my knowledge, this isn't any layout that anybody has posted so far. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it took me a lot of testing to do this because for some reason, with this new update, customer flow is extremely inconsistent. Before this update, I was able to keep 288 customers bouncing back and forth between 286 and 288 pretty much constantly, but it seems like over time, your store ends up generating less customers, so sometimes it'll drop to like 280. And this was an issue that was going on over and over again. Honestly, it got to a point last night where I kind of just gave up and went to sleep and let it run the entire night with that big flaw that it had. But it looks like with the changes that I've been making for the last maybe 2 or 3 hours now before I actually started recording this, the customer flow is staying consistently bouncing back and forth between 286 and 288. And honestly, that's the most important thing to me. Even though if I'm gonna keep it completely honest with you, I've been jumping off the game a lot lately. Yesterday, I played Combat Rift on this account for roughly around 2 hours. So it's very likely that at some point I am going to lose my #1 position on customers, but I've been holding it down for 31 days so far. So I think it's only fair that we hand down the #1 position to another YouTuber or maybe another individual that is really wanting it. But to be completely honest, I'll probably end up doing that if and when we end up getting our own update in the game. But anyways, guys, as you can see right here, we just peaked 42 mil. We're jumping back and forth now between 40 and 41. Customer flow is still consistently staying at 288 to 286. So we're getting really good numbers, but let's not waste any more time, man. Let's get right into it. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and make sure to subscribe and drop a like on the video because it does help my content get out there and I would really appreciate it. But as you can see from in here, we basically have the very same thing that we were using in the stream yesterday on the first floor. But stick around for the rest of the video because there is a couple of little details that you guys need to keep in mind when you are building your own layout, because there is a lot of weird things that are going on right now within the game. So just to give you guys the quick floor 1 breakdown, here you have 64 registers on the first floor and 12 of the luxury car displays in the center. I know there's a couple of different variations that people are going with. If I'm not mistaken, Mirrors Dev, which is another one of the leaderboards player, he has the registers in the center and then the display is going all the way around because he did DM me a picture of his new layout. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't really think there's much of a difference between my first floor and his first floor. Where it really starts to get different, I feel like it's between floors 2 and 8. So let's go and check those out. All right, so we're here in floor number 2, and this is going to be extremely easy for me to break it down to you guys. So between floors number 2 all the way to floor number 5, you guys are going to want to use 17 registers and 2 luxury car displays on each one of those floors. Basically the exact same way that I have it set up right here. If you were in my stream yesterday, you'll see that it's very similar. The only thing that I did different was I scooted over the car display a little bit and added 1 more register, bringing my total inside of my entire store to 184 registers. Now, if we make our way over to floor number 6, this one is a tiny bit different. The only thing that's different is that I am missing a second car display up here, but there is still 17 registers and 1 luxury car display. Now, again, floor number 7 is also completely different to the rest of the floors. There is no car displays here except for 17 of the registers. Also, floor number 8 is completely different as well because there is 18 registers on this floor. Again, that brings my total to 184 registers. I don't really think it matters how you do it or what floor you put it on. This is just simply the way that I did it. All I recommend is that you guys put 184 registers because that's basically what worked out for me. Now we're going to get into the really important details that I need you guys to listen to very carefully, regardless whether you're an endgame player or you're not. Now, for some odd and extremely strange reason, there is something wrong with the glubs in the game right now. If you didn't notice already, I basically don't have any on any of my floors. The only thing that I have is 20 of the Sir Stairs a Lot on my floor number 2, 20 of my lucky statues in floor number 7, and then I have my 20 egg glubs in floor number 8. Again, I don't really think it matters what floor you put these on. I just recommend that you only put down these totems. Myself, as well as a bunch of the other leaderboard players and even players that are consistently making layouts, have noticed that every single time that you put down glubs, your money drops substantially, and I have absolutely no idea why that's the case because it shouldn't be working like that. Technically, if we have our glubs down, it should be helping us more because VIP customers will be coming in, but for some reason that just isn't the case. I have absolutely no idea why, but it just isn't the case. Now again, I'm going to open up my menu here so you guys can see that it is being consistent. 38, 39, we're still getting our 288 customers per minute. So yes, I would go as far as to say that this layout is a lot more consistent and a lot more reliable than any of the other ones. Even the one that I showed you guys in the stream yesterday, that one was insanely broken. I was getting just numbers everywhere and it was super crazy. Obviously, once I end this video, my layout will more than likely be a little bit different because I will be upgrading my registers. I'm sitting at 80 mil right now. 80 bill. I don't know why I said mil. If I was at 80 mil, I'd actually be super broke. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's do it right now. So if I was to go ahead and drop this 80 bill right now, we would get 107 aquatic self-checkouts. Now, a lot of people would say that this is a dumb idea because obviously we don't have any of the aquatic stuff anymore as far as products go. So I won't be getting the 1.25 times multiplier, I believe is what it was, for selling the aquatic products. But I just don't understand why people have that thought process, considering this is still the fastest self-checkout in the game. Given, I don't recommend that if you only have a certain amount of money and you've grinded for days and then you decide to come over here and drop it all on aquatic self-checkouts, I do think that that's quite a dumb idea. You should definitely be investing into royal self-checkouts if you don't have your entire store fully upgraded to basically whatever the meta is. But for individuals like myself and other leaderboard players that just have an abundance of money, I mean, I spent all my money in the stream yesterday and I'm at 80 bill again today. Purchasing the aquatic self-checkouts for that tiny bonus is going to make all the difference on the leaderboards, and it's also going to, well, make you more OP basically. But now I need to do the task of counting how many of these I actually need. I don't think I need 107 of them, but I could be wrong. All right, so after counting every single one of them, it looks like we're going to need a total of 63 of these. That'll go ahead and bring my total to 47.25 billion. So let's grab those. Now I'm left with a sad little 33.3 bill. And now I'm going to go ahead and swap all these out really quick just to open up the menu one more time. It's still bouncing back and forth. 38 mil, 286 to 284 is actually where it's bouncing back right now. That's actually the very first time that I even see it go that low, and it looks like it only happened for a few seconds, but that's a little concerning. Let's see what kind of numbers we get now when I swap everything out. Be right back. All right, so I went ahead and made the changes. Every single floor is now completely changed. Things are sort of getting back into the groove of things because obviously all of my money kind of dropped down when I removed all of the registers, but for the most part we're getting about the same results. Like I mentioned before, it wasn't going to make a huge difference because the vast majority of my registers already were royal and there really isn't that much of a huge leap between royal and the aquatic. But I'm just glad I can now say that every single register in my store is basically aquatic right now. Well, not basically, it is aquatic, every single one of them. So yeah, man, hopefully this helped you guys out. Please make sure that you guys do not forget there's a lot of different factors that go into how many customers I'm getting inside of my store, as well as how much money I am making per minute. For instance, I am using the Easter theme, which is helping me out a little bit with the bunny customer as well as with multipliers. I also, for the lucky shop, have basically every single one of the customers inside of this capsule, and I also have all of the rare customers from the other capsules. So please keep in mind that there is plenty of different factors that go into how much you are making per minute. One last thing that I will add before I end off this video is I did test out the red shelves. Absolutely terrible, especially if you're comparing them to the card displays. So just kind of forget about those. I have 92 of them. Hopefully when and if trading ever gets added, I will potentially maybe have some expensive items there. I don't even know. But anyways, man, that's going to go ahead and end off the video. I hope you enjoyed it, but like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.